Hello, welcome back. My name's Chris. I live in Christiansburg, Virginia. The channel's name is Helo's World. Like to say hello to new subscribers out there. It seems like every day now I'm getting new subscribers. While back it wouldn't have been like that, but it seems like the channel just continues to grow, and I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. I want you to know something. This is going to be less what sold today. This weekend wasn't as good as sales. And it's just part of the transparency of this channel. I will always tell you when the sales weren't as good and when the sales are better. Last 2 weekends, we've had pretty good sales. This weekend, slower. It's the way things goes. I don't believe there's some overbearing thing that's popping over us that somehow zaps down the eBay app that somehow hovers over here. I don't believe it. Not on a consistent basis. Every site, every app, whatever, does have its up and downs. But as a whole, I don't believe that eBay is collapsing. I believe that other things with the economy, and I mean, look what's going on through the world. Everything affects what goes on. But I want to talk to you about some things today. I want to talk about sourcing some. And I also want to talk about ridiculous Facebook ads. I see stuff in Facebook Marketplace. I listened to the live stream chat between the disgruntled octopus and Grumpy Granny a lot of times, and disgruntled octopus a lot of times brings up um, a Facebook Marketplace. And it really is. I've always said it's a wild, wild west. But I want to go further into that today. I do think it's a good platform. Don't get me wrong. I think if you want to flip stuff, especially big stuff, you want to kind of keep it off the whole eBay. You want to meet somebody. You don't have to worry about returns. There is a good and a bad. I'm sure if I really want to sit here, I could do a video on 8 reasons why or 10 reasons why you should sell everything on Facebook Marketplace. But there'd be a lot of bad to that too. There's probably like 20 bad reasons to sell for every 10 good reasons. Anyway, I've talked a lot today, and you're going to hear more talking. But let's get to some solds here, a couple things. Because we gave you a long intro. Sold this, and Fishiano, I guess is the name brand. Here, y'all read it. Okay, it's an insect shield. It's shielded to help you for insects and stuff. It's a fishing type shirt, I say. I don't know really where it helps you, protects you, because it seems like it's really thin. But hey, if it works, it works, But anyway, we got about $17 free shipping. This is a shirt that's been in the store for quite a while because it was downstairs. Whenever I get to the downstairs clothing, I know it's been in the store a while. Because what I do, you see these two racks. But there's also a big circular rack downstairs where I keep clothes. Someday you may get to see that in a video. Someday you may not. Anyway, sold a pair of shorts here. This is Zelo or whatever the heck they are. These are a belt name brand. Sell for $40. These are 4XL. Got $17 free shipping out of this. I did a video a while back on how to get stuff free. I get stuff at Belt pretty much free because what I do is when I go to the Goodwill or thrift stores or whatever, the stuff I use for business stuff for my eBay account, I charge that to a certain account and then I pay that off. So anything I use extra is a belt. It's a belt Visa card, and definitely they're no sponsor of this channel or anyway. But because it's not turned out that great, to be honest with you, and I'm gonna end it this year. But I said I would try it. If you watched way back last year, I thought I'd try it as a thing to see how much free inventory I could end up getting. I've not got a ton of free stuff, so it will end at the end of this year. But it was a one-year trial period to see how it would do. Like I said, they're not a sponsor. I could have ended it a long time ago, but I kind of like sticking to things like 1 year at least to see if it turns out okay. But it didn't. Anyway, this is a Dockers. It's a 4XLT. We got $12 plus shipping. Dockers are all right, especially this size, that 4XLT. I've told you before, the 3XLT sells also really well. 4XLT sells well. It doesn't even have to be a great name brand. $12 plus shipping. We picked that up. I went on a casino trip, and I went to a thrift store while I was down at the casino. So, I want to talk about sourcing really quick. We're coming up on the winter months, so you're going to have to look at multiple ways of sourcing. You just can't depend on yard sales and estate sales and things like that. And for me, really, I'll be honest with you, why I haven't seen a good resurgence in the back half of the third quarter and the early part of the fourth quarter in my sales is I just haven't had the estate sales this year. I don't know why. I'm not going to make any funny jokes about why I haven't had as many estate sales to go to. Usually this time of year, September, especially, lots of estate sales, and usually nothing. Outside of a couple that were run by companies, I generally don't like company run estate sales. They run them pretty shady, I think, in a lot of ways. What I see a lot of them do. And you tell me how they are in your areas, but I see this happening. You go to them, the prices are stinking way high. So then what they do, they don't sell nothing. But then the families left there and they're like, goodness gracious, we still got all this stuff we weren't able to sell. What do we do? And the estate person goes, let me tell you something. Tell you what, since we couldn't find anything, what about $1,000 for everything? Well, the estate person, first of all, made their 30% off all their jacked up price stuff. And now they got the family stuff for $1,000. And they're going to get it on both ends. And I mean, maybe people don't consider that bad, corrupt, or dirty or anything. You judge that for however you want to. I think it's a little bit low on the totem pole as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, now that that's all ended, you've got to look at multiple things. So here's what we're looking at. Okay, I'll keep on talking. So here's what we're looking at. We're looking at thrift stores. We're looking at the old GW Goodwill. Come on. Because thrift stores and Goodwill are kind of different, in my opinion. You got your family run thrift stores. We're starting to get those. They're starting to give Goodwill in my area, maybe a little run for their money. I hope they make well. I hope they do. I try to go visit those. I try to find stuff. I mean, I got to make money, but I'm gonna try to support what I consider these family run thrift stores if they'll play on the legitimate side. If they're not keeping all the good stuff in the back, if you want to put something out good and you put a good price on it, hey, I understand if you feel like we just put out a brand new pair of Nike shoes, they're new in the box, we got to get $25 out of them. That's cool. That's still a lot cheaper than buying it at Super Shoes. So I cool if they're there. But if they some roughed up used pair and you still got to get $25, or there's a nice pair instead of you selling them, you give them to little Johnny to wear, and then little Johnny's your son, I might have problems with that. But anyway, so we got thrift stores, the Goodwill, and what else do we do? So we might, I give out business cards. And you might get a hit on that. We've got boards throughout our area. I always hang up a business card on that. Do I get a lot of calls back? No, I don't. Also, when I hit somebody on Facebook Marketplace, sometimes if I get the right feel that hey, we're moving, hey, we're doing this, that, and the other, hey, I give them my card. I say, look, if you're going to keep on, finding more stuff, let me know. And I've got multiple hits on that. That's actually why I got all those trading cards earlier this year. This family, this older couple, their daughter, they were trying to get rid of some of their daughter stuff, and they kept on messaging me. So, it kept on about probably 4 good little trips, and it just died off. I don't know what happened with them. Maybe they got everything moved. Maybe they sold everything that, I sent them a list of kind of things I'm into, and that I guess when they ran out of the list, they stopped contacting me. So, but the thing is, here's the main thing I always say with sourcing. No matter where you're at, say you're at the movie theater, say you're at a concert, say wherever you're at, think to yourself maybe sometime, and this is before, not while you're sitting there listening to the music, but think to yourself maybe, how can I turn this into a sourcing type adventure? How can I turn this into a sourcing situation? There's times I went just to, I got like minor league baseball, but I'll make sure I go to a minor league baseball where they're doing a giveaway. That way, at least I pay for my ticket and my time there by sourcing the item that they're giving away. I'll go ahead and post it on Facebook. On eBay. Or you might want to see, hey, people's got a couple of them there. They don't want all of them. You offer them $5 for theirs, or $3, to say, hey, I was wanting extra. Would you be interested in selling it to me? See what they say. All they do is tell you no. You got to realize this in the selling business and the reselling business. If you can't handle the term no, you probably have a short-term lifetime span in the resale business. So let's go a few more what sold. We got these balloons here. This was retail arbitrage, which is another way of sourcing, by the way. I got these 90% off. I paid like $1 for these. Got about $11.99 free shipping out of them. Let me tell you my opinion of retail arbitrage. I don't do very well at it. So I'm not very good at retail arbitrage. So unless you know what you're really doing, I'm not big on retail arbitrage. That's all I'm going to say. That can be different by the way of sourcing during the winter time. But it's risky, and I'm not the channel for you. I would source out other channels, and I would make sure that channel has proven results. I wouldn't just take it off one good time. They found one good toy it happened to be the toy for the Christmas season, and they made hundreds of bucks. I would see time after time after time. Generally, stuff like this is kind of what you look for. You look for stuff that's about 90% off, 75 to 90% off, that they're kind of doing away with. And maybe you can make some money, maybe you can't. That's kind of an idea. I'm not your channel for retail arbitrage, but that is another way to source. Sold this. This is Rapper University. I always talk about there's 2 universities around me, RU and then Rapper University. This is Rapper University. It's an extra large quarter zip. We got $12 plus shipping on that. That was a yard sale pickup for $2. So I want to talk about this for the second part of talking. Kind of a lot of talking today for the video. But there's a couple ads I seen that I just thought was funny, and I had to post them. And you're going to see the pictures over here. But I'll talk about them. First one here is a box of just random pants. Now, it says they're women's pants, mostly women's pants. Maybe 60 to 70 pounds. Doesn't give any sizes. No name brands. Maybe women's pants. Nothing. Just $50. How on earth do you expect to sell those pants when you're not telling anybody anything about those pants? How on earth do you expect to sell them? I mean, there's no sizes there. I'm not even talking about me as a reseller. I'm talking about me as say I'm a female that needs a pair of jeans. Are they size 8? Or are they size 10? Are they size 20? 50 to 60 pound pants. What kind of condition are they in? There just happens to be one pair hanging out. How much does this tell me? Are they from an attic or something? Are they from the basement? What have these clothes been exposed to? Dogs, cats? Nothing. Do you think that they're going to get $50 out of these? They wasted their time just posting this type of article. So that's the first example. I wanted to show you this. I sold this sweater. Now, this is an ugly sweater. Sometimes I pick up stuff like this because it's just so ugly. It's bound to sell. It's like an 80s type sweater, you can tell. The brand is Permit. It's an old acrylic type sweater. I picked it up at the Salvation Army, about $3. I got about $30 free shipping on it. It's lightweight for its ugliness, but that sold. It's a medium. I'm surprised it sold, and I'm glad it sold. Anyway, because there's no strategy in that, and I'm not going to give you any strategy on that. That was just a good sell. I'm glad it's gone. Something I got at the bins here. This was a Tony Stewart flag that you hang out, a garden flag. I think I always put in the title that's an RV type flag. I think we got about $11-12 on this, free shipping on it. This was, when I say I got this out of the bins, there was just piles and piles of flags all in the bins, and it was all by weight. So Lordy, this thing couldn't have weighed And I've had this thing for a while, I will admit that. I probably got 50 cents tops in this thing, so it was buy away. I actually ended up with Carl Edwards, I think it is. Still got a bunch of his little flags. I don't know when and what year that'll sell. They'll all sell, but they'll be out there. As long as Carl Edwards is, a race car driver, I'll have plenty of flags for him. But I pay like a dime a piece for those. Those are even smaller than this one. So, anyway, glad that's gone. So I want to go over another one of those. So here's a Mickey Mantle card. Now it's PSA 4, and the lady's got $2,000 on it. Now I used to do some baseball card collecting. I thought, well, that seems kind of high, but I don't know. She's talking about like it being an investment and all that. So I'm cool. I'm like, let me see what these go for on eBay. I'm thinking $2,000 just is really high. Well, sure enough, they're way high. And the last sold, I'll put those up here too, went for about $300, plus shipping, $350. So honestly, you got to look at this one. When you put something on Facebook Marketplace, you really, in my opinion, you need to at least put it 20% below eBay, because you're not paying the fees or anything like that. When she does it like that, she's not paying the fees. So you got to at least be 20% below eBay. I mean, honestly, if I can sit here at my house and buy something off eBay as opposed to buying it off you, you're going to have to be cheaper. I got to come meet you. I got to spend my gas, my time, everything. Why would I, I'm the generosity of my heart. Am I going to pay you? So, and you may call me a pain for doing this. I messaged the lady. I sent her a picture. Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe somebody told her that don't know anything. I said, look, these are the sold prices. A couple days went by, no response from her. Cool, okay. And finally she sent back a message. Well, it's still available. Well, of course it's still available. You've got it at seven times market value. Of course it's still available. It's going to be available for a long, long time. I don't really know at this point that Mickey Mantle cards are really going to go up, except maybe his rookie or something like that. But this graded card, maybe a little bit up, but never $2,000. Never $2,000. All right, a couple more what solds. Then we'll go to the last one. Remember I said earlier in the video that magic size was 3XLT? This is 3XLT. This is Performance Saddle Brand. You don't even have to have the high name brands, and it will sell. We got another, again, about $12 plus shipping out of that. The last thing I'm going to talk about of solds. Like I said, we talked about less what sold this week. We had a lot of 3. I know where the third one is. I just got to go get it. We had a lot of 3 of Atari games, about $9 plus shipping on those. Jungle Hut, Berserker, and you'll see the third one in the picture. I haven't dug it out yet. I know where it's at approximately, because I know where those 2 came from, and they was in that same stack of that same picture, so they'll be in that little general same area. But finally, out of Facebook Marketplace is a lot of hats. Okay, this person has a lot of hats. And they've got $13.99 on one. They'll ship it to you. $30 on 3. And west of the Mississippi, it's $4 more. And I'm going to tell you, nobody west of the Mississippi is going to see their little ad, okay? I don't know what cutesy little world they live in, but I don't see ads west of the Mississippi. They didn't have it set up the way they had it set up for like local people to see it. So nobody west of the Mississippi is going to see it unless their family sends it to them. And they just do a pile of hats on a table, a pile of hats on a table, another picture, pile of hats on the table, pile of hats. No, it didn't show up its snapback. It didn't show anything about it. It's just trying to be a lazy ways man of trying to be like on eBay. Oh, I saw those racing hats they sold for $14 on eBay. Well, I can do that. And by God, I'll go around to eBay. I'll still ship it to them. I'm cool. I'll do PayPal. I'll go around them. I can guarantee you one thing for sure. 0% of those hats and all those pictures that you'll see in all these, I'm going to show you a couple of these pictures. I can guarantee you 0% of those hats and those pictures will sell. Because when you try to game the system, sometimes the system just isn't meant to be gamed around. You're gonna have to go through the steps, and if you want to sell something, then cool. You're gonna have to list it individually or something like that, or you're gonna have to list on a platform that really has the amount of viewers and stuff that you want to. This guy would be better. I mean, this guy probably be better served. Hey, taking good luck on it. Hey, create your own website and throw your hats on. Good luck. It's about the same as this marketplace listing. Most likely none of these hats will ever sell. They're not, he doesn't have any crazy shark tooth Dale Earnhardt hat, that somebody will chase him down for. That's not in any of these pictures. So they're not going to sell. It's another bad way of advertising. It's a waste of time. Even if he only did this in a few minutes, it's still a waste of time. He could have made a listing somewhere else in a much better place with a better potential of getting it sold. So if you like this type of content, I know I've said a lot today, but give me a like if you do. Comment below. Give me a couple things, where are you planning on sourcing in the winter? If you don't want to give those secrets away, I get it. Or tell me how Facebook Marketplace is in your area. Is it also the Wild Wild West? When I say it's Wild West, is that what it is, yours? Do you do a lot of sourcing off Facebook Marketplace? Subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and have a great week.